Hi, Cabot Yerxa Explorers. Miss Jones here. I'm so excited that you guys have decided to join us on YouTube here. Hear some stories and see some awesome lessons. Alrighty, the book that I have for you today is The Night I Forgot to Brush by Anna W. Bardaw, illustrated by Chris Bernard. The Night I Forgot to Brush. I didn't brush my teeth last night. I honestly thought it would be all right. I didn't want to, or maybe forgot. I hate to admit that happens a lot. But last night was different. I took it too far. As you will see, the results were bizarre. I was deep, deep asleep when I noticed a tickle and a salt-sour taste, a bit like a pickle. The tickle grew wilder, and so did a sound, like tiny bulldozers pounding the ground. I took out a mirror, and what do you think? It was such a shock, I could not even blink. There in my mouth swarmed a great mob of germs, so active, so lively, it gave me the squirms. Fungi, bacteria, viruses more, wriggling out of every pore. With pickaxes, wrenches, jackhammers, and drills, and armfuls of blueprints that gave me the chills. For, without a doubt, it was quite plain to see this army of germs had big, bad plans for me. There they are. You might ask why, then, I was still in my bed, not evicting those germs with my toothbrush instead. The truth is, the things I saw in my face had me hypnotized, horrified, frozen in place. I have to own up, I was curious too. I'd be willing to bet that by now, so are you. They began right away to collect the gross stuff, sweet tidbits and morsels, leftover food fluff, gunk I hadn't brushed out when going to bed. Yes, I'd left a buffet for them there in my head. And as they collected the mountains of goo, my nose got a whiff like an old rotten shoe. They were filling balloons with my stinky breath gas and handing them out to the kindergarten class. Next thing I knew, they had started to build scaffolds and towers. Those workers were skilled. With skull-pounding blows, they hammered and clanged, leaving tooth chips and cracks with each thundering bang. Deep down in my gums, they burrowed and dug to set their foundations painfully snug. Then built up my teeth in the blink of an eye, from the roots to the cusps, slick buildings tooth high. There were shops, parks, apartments, a library too, shaped right out of my unbrushed tooth goo. Right then I realized, with a gut-wrenching frown, those rogues had constructed a tiny germ town. Ooh. Once it was built, you'd think they were done, but those germs didn't settle. They set out to have fun. With a rev and a growl, a small motor roared out, and a mini-tooth buggy went flying out. It bumped from my molars to my canines, leaving gelatinous trails of exhaust behind. Some leftover popcorn, quite old, slick and crusted, was used to sled slopes between my two right bicuspids. I felt next a terrible, throbbing pain ricocheted from the base of my throat to my brain. I'm embarrassed to say what it was, but I gotta. My poor uvula had become a piñata. My teeth were all aching, my gums red and sore. I thought with dismay, I can't take any more. What a mess, what a stench, what a lot of decay. How would I undo such wild disarray? Then it suddenly hit me. The answer was clear. The perfect device was delightfully near. I leaped from my bed and burst out of the door. My feet went like lightning across the dark floor. I scooped up my toothbrush, magnificent tool. I squeezed out some toothpaste, fresh, minty, and cool. Then I brushed and I brushed, unlike never before. I gargled and rinsed, and then brushed even more. It became quite hypnotic. My toothbrushes swoosh, the sink water leaving the drain with a whoosh, swoosh. The sound of my frothy spit making a splat, whoosh. I didn't really know what occurred after that. Maybe my teeth flashed bright white like the moon and sent me right into a toothbrushing swoon. For next thing I knew, I woke up in my bed, not a single small tingle of germs in my head. I started to doubt, had it been all a dream? A terrible trick, just a sleepyhead scheme. That must be, I thought, it's the best explanation. Those outrageous germs were a hallucination. Just then I looked down, and to my great surprise, what lay in the sheets right in front of my eyes? My toothbrush! It was tucked neatly into my bed. Embarrassment rushed from my toes to my head. I suddenly knew, with a startling fright, those germs had invaded my mouth in the night. I promised myself right then and right there to never not brush again, never to dare. Those nasty old germs, if they ever come back, won't stand a chance, and that is a fact. My toothbrush and I, we know what to do. I'd be willing to bet that by now, so do you. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end. Thank you for joining with me, and thank you for brushing your teeth at night. Hopefully we see you guys soon. Bye-bye.